This is LTV.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank, create success, enterprisebanking.com.
Hello and welcome to Inside Leominster. My name is Dean Mazzarella, Mayor for the city, and thanks for joining us. We're live this wet but warm winter Thursday. And we're live. We have a guest today, Bob Tocci. He's the newly elected Ward 1 City Councilor. Get a chance to meet him. And we'll be doing What's Poppin' later on, so you can tell just how connected you are to your kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, friends, whatever it might be. And let me just pop us up here, speaking of popping up, so I can share this show on my Facebook, because that's how some people watch it. And I think I just shared it. There you go. Anyway, our phone number is 978-534-1626. No art report tonight. Hopefully he'll be back next week, but he's got a fan base in and of itself. And but to have a guest and a lot happening. Our inauguration for elected officials is January 2nd. That's Tuesday. That's at 6 o'clock at City Hall, John R. Tater Auditorium. All are welcome. Are you guys doing that live, Scott?
We're going to do our best because of what happened.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be testing it on Tuesday.
Nice.
So
anyway, we hope to be able to do this live, the event that you can't make it. And then we'll stream it out, right? We'll stream it out so people can see it. And, you know, one of the first things that we did when we had streaming capabilities, now this is early on through the internet, almost like a Skype, is that we had military stationed across the world during Afghanistan, Iraq, Afghanistan. And we were able to, what are they trying to tell me? Okay. So, we had people, sworn military stationed all over the world. And so we were able to do this like live broadcast of the inauguration and stream it to some of the Army bases that tuned in and military bases across the world. Now, it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. But it was, I guess, kind of cool. It was almost like the first radio broadcast or the first television broadcast. You know, it was like you could barely see it, but wow, this is you could see that someday this is where it would be. Well, today it's crystal clear. So if there's somebody out there stationed anywhere, maybe in another state or another country, and we can get you on streaming that night, that would be kind of a cool thing if we could do that. Anyway, we're at 978-534-1626. I'll read you a little bit later. I'll read you some of the things. You can make your own New Year's, I guess, what do they call it? Right, look here. No sense of me winging it here when I can tell you exactly what it is. Let me find it. They have a New Year's Eve walk up at the Doyle Reservation. So at the library on the 28th, they're going to do Lego free play. So that would be gone. Where's the one? Drop-in New Year's Noisemakers, December 30th at the library. So that's Saturday, 2:30 to 4. This is a fifth Saturday, you know. There's 5 Saturdays of the month, this month, which is kind of cool. And then New Year's Eve, they have a hike with Dick O'Brien, and that's 7 to 9, meet at the Doyle Center. It's a 2-mile, easy. There's no big hills or anything. It's kind of a cool way to bring in the new year. I know during winter solstice, the 21st, I couldn't believe. Was that last Thursday? Was this winter solstice? I couldn't believe how many different events there were in the community. Why fight it, right? Might as well celebrate the day, knowing that starting the very next day, it gets lighter. And each day, actually when the sun was out, the one day this week that it was out, I could already see that it was getting a little bit later. You know, it was lighter a little bit later. So that spring is just around the corner. And I don't know, I'm kind of settled in now that the holiday's over with snow. I'm like, okay, it can get cold. And if it doesn't snow now, I'm okay, because that just means spending money. It's nice, I don't mind it. But boy, it's nice not to have it. So anyway, we're here at 978-534-1626. The bell ring will be January 7th over at the Pilgrim Church. That starts at 7, I think. Bell ring starts at 7. 26 West Street. It's free. Pilgrim Church. If you haven't been there to see it, they do a wonderful job. It's the last concert of the season. And I kind of like it because it's like after the season. And everything we have is like November and December. And then everyone's like, give me a rest. The holidays take everything out of everybody, although we enjoy them. So we get a little bit of a break, and then Merrimack Bell Ring is January 7th. And as far as the inauguration, it's like one of the soonest way we had it. Usually it's the 6th or 7th. Caller, welcome to the show. Hello.
Hey, Dino.
Hey, how are you? I'm doing
Did you
good.
get your gift?
What's that?
Did you receive your Christmas gift?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
You like your dinosaur song?
Yes. And I got the chance to wish you a Merry Christmas, but I didn't get a chance to talk to you. Things just get busy.
I know. So Mark's on vacation right now.
Well, I'm sure he needs one after how busy everything just seems to crunch into. I think the holiday should last like start at Christmas and go until the end of January, and just every day a little something, a little bit of food, a little bit of this.
I went over Jillian's cousin Joe's house.
And did you have a good time?
Yes.
Good.
They had lots of food. He made homemade lasagna and everything.
Oh my word! You lucked out. You were partying till the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah, no. Have a good day, my friend.
All right. Thank you, Crystal. Happy New Year.
Thank you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to take a short break. 534-1626. That's the phone number. Also, thank you to our sponsors. And if it's very inexpensive, I'm not downselling the show here, but there are a number of opportunities for programs that you can, maybe a business or church or organization, or maybe you have a quilting club, and you're like, yeah, we want people to know, very inexpensive to sponsor this show and others, right? You can sponsor City Councilor or other things that you can do. And if you'd like to do it, it's very inexpensive. You can call Scott. And Scott, what's the main number here? Same thing?
Yes. No, the number they can reach me at is 978-878-1453.
All right, so you heard it right here. So you can help, maybe you could put maybe back there in the production room, you can put a little note, if you'd like to sponsor this show or other shows, call Scott and put the phone number in. And somebody might say, you know what, it's really inexpensive. It's not expensive at all. And, it might help, right? It may help. All right, taking a short break. We're coming right back, I promise. Ready? 5, 3, 2, what happened to 4? 0.
Oh, we're missing.
Cut. There you go. All right. So we have a little citation for Daffy Dragonfly. If people want to know where this is, it's right down here at Leominster Plaza. So what's the number? 113?
113.
113 Central Street, Leominster Plaza, where Papoose be. Everybody knows where Papoose is. So Papoose and Classics and all of those businesses in here. So they were in the Tilton Cook building until the flood, and then after the flood, some of the businesses that were in there are now here. And so you'll do a disservice to yourself if you don't walk in. There's every matchbook, matchbox, car, Hot Wheels, all that whole collection in there. There's everything inside of here, and it's well priced, because I walk around and know the price of everything, so I see it, so I know everything's priced very, very competitively, right? And you'll be thrilled when you go in here. But allow yourself some extra time. So, do you have a website or a Facebook site
We have
set up?
Facebook.
Because I saw the Facebook site that you set
have
up
Facebook.
announcing this.
We're in the process of doing our website.
Yeah. And so maybe the weekend or whatever, come down, take a look. Your hours are, let's see, closed Monday and Tuesday, open 9 to 5,
Wednesday to Sunday.
Wednesday to Sunday.
We offer just about anything, and anything that you think you need and we don't have it, we can get it. We're pretty resourceful.
Some antiques in here,
Yeah. Lots of vintage stuff, collectibles.
ton of Christmas stuff in here, holiday.
That's for sure.
If you haven't been out yet and haven't started decorating, there's so much in here.
Yeah. And we have been through a lot, but this is us rebuilding. This is,
So come on and
we're
support
gonna
them.
make it here.
They were in the Cook building, lost a lot of their inventory that they don't have insurance for, or insurance doesn't pay for. So come down. It's a good way to pick up some things, and you'll find stuff in here. It's amazing what's in here, and then support a new business in town. So I have a little citation. Congratulations, and good luck to
Thank you so
yourselves.
much.
Yes. So Leominster Plaza, right here. We're at Leominster Plaza.
Yep. 285 Central.
285.
Suite 113.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're back. Yes, we are. And we're right on time today. We're doing well. And thanks for watching the show. This will be our last show before the new year. Then we start our 31st year doing Inside Leominster. And we started out with, So I wanted to do something. And I know that when I first ran for office, I was out banging on every door. And I noticed everybody had the newspaper. But as time went by, it's gradually things changed, and I realized that people got their information from other places. So we decided that we were going to do a weekly show and make a commitment to it, and not like do one show and then not be here for 4 weeks and then do another show, and then just like, we're going to really bring information and let people call if they have questions about things. So bumped into at the time a news director at WEIM at the time, Larry Wolpe. We sat down and talked and said, let's do a show. And he said, originally, let's do a half-hour show. And I said, well, people might have questions and then you want to explain, and I don't, let's talk about whatever you want. And it was under one condition, that he didn't, if he had questions, he didn't prepare me. He didn't send me the questions in advance. I said, no, I'm just going to give you what I know, and if I don't know, I'll check into it. I don't want to make it robotic. So it's like he reads the question. I want to make it so it's more interactive. So we started doing it 30 years ago, and we'll start our 31st year coming up in 2024. And we did it that way until Larry left. Larry got a job in, I want to say Rochester, New York, and where he worked for a while. Then he went to El Paso, Texas, where he did a show in the morning called Good Morning El Paso, where he did the weather, and he also sat down, like I'm doing, and did the news with a couple of other people, like a Good Morning America show, only more localized to El Paso, Texas. Larry ended up coming back eventually, back to his roots here. He still had family here, and his parents are still here, and ended up working on, I forget what channel he worked on, did news, live news stuff. And then eventually back to the Framingham area, we became a principal of got into education, and then became a principal of one of the schools. And then Mr. McNamara that started, he worked for Cable Vision or however it was. He went off to start he left and went off to start a business in Monterey. And it's called Montague.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
It was Montague, yeah.
Montague.
Yeah.
What's Monterey? That's something else.
California?
California.
Yeah.
So, and it's called Roots? No.
I don't
Lou.
remember.
Lou.
Yes,
It's called Lou.
yeah.
And he's still there. It's right downtown, and it's a eclectic. You never know what you're going to find in there. It could be a barrel of numbers that came off of before they knocked down Foster Grant. They took all the nameplates off, and they took all the office numbers off, and they just put them in a barrel, and they put them out there, and people buy them for like 20 cents, $1. It's pretty. So anyway, that's how we got here, and I was nervous about doing the show alone. I couldn't find a replacement for Larry, so I ended up doing it alone. They did a lot of commercials because I didn't feel comfortable, and my knees are, and now I'm okay. I'm just okay. Not great, but okay. Anyway, Bob Tocci's here. He's our guest. You're the last guest of the year.
Wow, do I get a prize for that, man?
There is no prize. And I don't know if anybody remembers. Now, if you were the first guest of 2024, you could say, I was the first guest of 2024.
Who was that? Do you remember?
Well, we haven't been into 2024
Oh, 24,
yet.
yeah.
And I remember who the first guest was on our show. I think
right.
it was me, probably, and Larry talking about whatever. And there was a lot, you're new, and I'm new to it, and there's a lot to talk about. But as we went, and we got other guests on, and we went out and brought the show, which we're going to do next year. We talked to Scott about it. We're going to go out more. People like that. They're like, can you get back out on the road again? I'm like, yeah, COVID's over. Well, I don't know if it's ever going to be over, but for that. So, who is this guy, Bob Tocci?
I feel like I'm on the Johnny Carson show.
He got elected. Yeah, you are on the Johnny Carson show. You got elected in Ward 1?
Yes, yes.
Tell us, who's this guy, Bob Tocci?
It was a landslide, but yeah. I was born in this town. I'm 58 years old. I've been here my whole life.
58, you've done well.
Oh, God.
You don't look 58.
The lights are low.
Do you
The
think,
lights are low.
what do you say back there? My hipster's
How do
back
I
there.
look?
58.
I got a
See?
thumbs up back
there. You
there.
go.
Yeah. So it's a good, living, just working every day in the plastics business. And,
So you have a plastic business
Yes,
that you
yes.
had, with your dad, who's also Bob Tocci.
Yeah,
and
but I think he's out there probably somewhere.
watching there somewhere.
In the TV world.
And so explain your business, because it's a really interesting business. I heard of another town down at the Cape that's banning recyclable water bottles.
Gee, okay.
And I'm thinking to myself, those things can be recycled.
Sure, they sure can.
And made into other things that can be reused and reused and reused.
Absolutely.
And so explain to us what you guys do down there.
Sure. We recycle plastic materials, bottles, any houseware items. We buy the material, and then what we do is we compound it and extrude it into a material that can be then again molded into a new item.
So originally, I remember they would take and just throw everything into a hopper, grind it, and it would make like a gray storage bin.
Things have changed.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
The people don't know this.
No, I mean, the industry has come a long way. There's a lot of different methods now to sort colors of plastic, to sort different materials automatically. And post-consumer materials are starting to become a big item in our business now.
Sure. So there are companies, or let's take like a Trader Joe's or because they're the biggest names in the business, not the only ones. Whole Foods, the big guys in the business.
Yes.
So they don't want just a toothbrush in the store. Their customers are looking for something that's compostable or recyclable,
sure,
or made from a recycled product.
Yes, and that's becoming more and more. People are asking us for these type of materials, and it's what we've done since the mid '80s. Before it was, I guess, a thing to do. It was more for cost savings back in the '90s.
But now they want.
Yes.
So they've
That's
gone
not saying
to.
They're going to pay more.
No, that's fine. But they went from just throw everything in and make a gray or a black storage bin to you can actually grind material and get it to the exact color that somebody needs it to be.
Yes, so they have these machines that are called optical sorters, where you dump what you call mixed color regrind material into the machine, and it can separate out the blue, the reds, the greens, the purples, any colors you want. And then we can take those segregated colors and then make them into new colors or
whatever the customer wants.
Whatever the customer would like.
But there's more of a variety today. There's more options than there were before.
A lot more options, and it's a lot more technical than I guess it was when it originally was in its infancy, maybe in the late 80s, sure. And
the reason I say a toothbrush is because there's a company in Massachusetts that makes a recyclable, and it's actually I think Dino Lamano or David Lamano was actually making the
Recycline, yes.
Right.
Yes.
And you guys were giving them the product.
We supplied them, yes.
So here you are with a company from Leominster that's making this brush. Now, once I'm done with this toothbrush, can it now be recycled?
Yes, I mean that's the beauty of plastic is that it can be recycled many times and does not have to be thrown into a landfill to any degree.
Now, I understand what they're trying to do in these towns by banning certain things. There was a study done. I didn't look for it. It popped up one day. It was backed up by a whole lot of agencies, and the question was, what is better to recycle, paper or plastic? And paper or plastic bags. And
Sure.
they showed the process of recycling a paper bag and how much water it uses and everything.
Sure,
And at the end of the day, they said the plastic bag was plastic was actually better on the environment.
It is
to recycle.
It is, and I think it might get a bad. I'm not going to say a bad reputation, but I just think people, as it becomes more of a process now, recycling. People will begin to be educated on it and know that you can salvage a lot of this plastic maybe that they thought couldn't be salvaged before. Now with plastic, with paper, pill bottles is becoming a big item.
Right.
Soda caps, all these materials can be recycled.
Now, soda cap is worth money, right? The soda cap.
To us,
white.
it is, yes.
I'm just saying that's a valuable piece of the plastic recycling.
Yes, and
that's a different material than.
We can mold them. They can be molded into paint trays, houseware items, all different.
So it's a matter of raising the awareness is really what it's all about.
It is.
Now, I remember in Concord,
it is.
They don't have anything below I don't know, you have to buy a gallon of water or a quart of water or have it, whatever it is. And it's not funny, but it's just symbolic. When they have the parade every year, right?
Right.
You know, the Patriots Day parade. It's funny, but not funny.
Yeah.
It's everybody that's in the parade, you know, trying to hydrate, right?
Right.
Everybody's got plastic bottles.
Sure do, yeah.
And if you go down there, they have recycling bins downtown. Guess what they're filled with? The little bottles that they banned from the town.
Yeah, I'm not sure why different towns would ban
well, because
plastics.
It sounds good. It makes it like if you're an environmentalist, you know, you're worried about the environment. When in fact, if you don't throw these things away and they don't end up in the woods and you recycle these things, there's actually a market for it, an aftermarket for it, and you keep recycling the product. The interesting thing is they say use glass and wash it, which right?
But then you take clean water.
But there's no place, there's no market. Nobody wants glass.
Ooh, no.
There's no recycled market. All the trash people will tell you. People put it in there, they pull it out, they try to use it in blacktop, there's no process to reuse glass. Now, you know, give it a little wash, you know, put it in the dishwasher, try to use the least amount of water, sure. But you don't always have the chance.
No.
And buying water in a bottle is so much more expensive, so there's all that going on. But are you now one of the largest recyclers in the country?
Good question. No, I wouldn't say there's a lot of really incredibly large recyclers down south in Alabama and the southern states. We currently recycle 1 million pounds a week of plastic.
Wow.
So every month we do 4 million pounds of compound.
That's incredible.
That we sell to all different industries, making all sorts of different products.
It's amazing. So you're selling them the compound?
Yes.
And do you add the color there, or do they mix it with color later?
We can add color at our facilities. We can add different additives that customers may want for different properties. But also, too, we can sell resins that our customers can color themselves, too. We really just service what the injection molders and processors want. We try to just figure out a product that would work for their applications, especially now as people are more and more concerned with recycling and post-consumer materials.
We want to be able to tell a younger generation, right? Like what's popping back there. Generation Z, they're very concerned with the environment.
Sure.
They want to make sure that you're recycling. We were down looking at the compostable straws and the biodegradable straws and Earth Tech, and we're down there for taking the tour, and people do ask, they're like, is this made out of recycled product? Can I compost it? And in some cases on the retail end, they're willing to pay for it.
Yes, yes.
Not so much on your end, but
it's a little bit hotter on our end, but no, it's what we love to do. It's our passion. It's I think to be in this type of industry, it's sort of it has to be your life in a way, because it can't just be a job. It has to be. You just continually learn in the plastics business. There's always new things to learn, new challenges that we love to. Makes us excited to go into work every day, I guess.
If you're just watching and you hear us talking about plastics, it's because we can't help it. Our phone number is 978-534-1626. And Bob Tocci has been elected to serve. He'll begin his term next. He'll be sworn in with the rest of us on Tuesday night. And he's never run for public office, runs a business in town. He's a business owner in town. His family's been here forever. And been in the plastic business forever as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, since probably the 60s.
And you guys have been, even before the political thing for you, always our biggest sponsors, no matter what we're doing in town. You guys are right there to help us out, to sponsor
thank you, man.
all
Thank
the
you.
time. And that's being a good corporate citizen, and you employ Leominster. Now, I was thinking, how many businesses do you do business with, either tradespeople, electricians, plumbers, from this area?
Sure, I mean, I've been taught by, I guess, my father, whose theory has always been to do business with local businesses whenever possible. So we always go to the local restaurants, deal with the local electricians, and everybody locally that we can do business with.
And that's a big deal, because if everybody does that, I looked at Devon's. I was at Devon's today, just driving through. There are a lot of those businesses could have been here.
Sure.
The plus size,
of course they could have.
One benefit is there are a lot of our contractors and tradespeople and people that live here that work there. So that's, if you had to look for something, I would say 75% of all those businesses there could have went to Lancaster, Leominster, Fitchburg. Could have went anywhere in this area.
Great manufacturing area. This area is. It really is. It really is.
So Ward 1 is North Leominster. It's a pretty big area.
Yes, it is.
It kind of, people think of Ward 1 as, once you go over the bridge up in North Leominster, I'm now in the kingdom of North Leominster.
Yeah, I remember when they raised, when they lowered, I think they lowered the, so trucks could get underneath there.
Yeah, it's like a big move. So that territory, as you get up there, it goes like all the way around. There's a big area, and so there'll always be challenges. The traffic,
always,
the work that was done up there has helped immensely, but and I try to explain, when things go bad on a Friday night or a night at 5, like, this not working, it's all messed up. I'm like, if something happens on Route 2 or 190, GPS, or they'll say,
they'll send everybody,
I'm going to get off at Harvard Street, which puts people on Harvard Street, or I'm getting off at Route 70, puts people on Prospect Street. Now, then there are people coming off on Mechanic Street. So which was once handling heavy traffic, no problem, is now
the highway.
Basically, it's the highway. So I can always tell coming down Nashua as I'm heading past you guys, and I can look, and if it's backed up, I'm like,
you can see,
Prospect Street's going to be backed up, Nashua, Lawrence Street.
You got to do an alternative route.
Guaranteed, because everybody's on there. But for the most part, they've done everything possible that they could do. And most of the time it works unless something happens on the highway, in an accident, or just backs up too much volume, or who knows what might happen.
A lot of snow, maybe,
or whatever it is. People start saying, I know a shortcut. And I've seen people get off Mechanic, drive, and we even notice it downtown, because like, Mechanic Street's backed up like a half a mile. Like, what's going on? Come off, go all the way through, take Merriam Ave or West Street, and then go to wherever they're going to go up to South Street, wherever they're going to go.
Yeah, it can get crazy sometimes, but
so you have
I think that's
wad.
everywhere, though. It's anywhere, everywhere.
Yeah, but it's not that the traffic signals they installed didn't work. They do work under normal conditions. It's only when you add that highway traffic to that you're going to have trouble. So Ward 1, what are some of the things that you heard out there that people are concerned with in Ward 1? You've got Samoset School, I'm sorry, Skyview School.
Skyview, yes.
And Johnny Appleseed.
Yep. I think people, at least the people I've talked, of course, traffic, road quality, I mean, all these things that that have been addressed. Sidewalks, people have requested sidewalks, and I just hope that when I'm elected, when I'm in, that I'll be able to help the people any way that that I can.
Kind of like your customers at your business. You come in and tell me what it is, and I'm going to try to accommodate you, right?
I mean that's what I do all day. Is I work hard. I mean, I'm not really a suit type of guy.
Customers come to you and say, "Look, this is what I'm trying to do," and then you say, "All right, let me work on this."
Yeah, we're trying to find a solution, which I think I've been doing it for 40 years, so I hope that. And again, I got great people to assist me and help me. Everybody on the city council has been great to me and have offered their assistance to help me. So I think we have a great team, and I think we're going to work very, very well together. Yes.
Now, how in the world, like in your family, you have somebody that's kind of here on the political side, and then somebody's here.
It's crazy. I know.
Yeah, the same parents. And,
Yes.
no, I think it's just great.
Yes.
I think. What do you guys talk politics during the holidays?
Oh, boy, I tell you, we try
Maybe
not
you guys
to.
need a
We
show.
try not to.
Maybe you guys need your own show here.
But my sister, she's a very.
She's a powerhouse.
She's so smart.
She's
and
known
she's
in the
such a hard
business.
worker. I
Everybody
know.
asks me, "Do you know Linda Tocci?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, why?" Like she's like a big name in the Democratic Party.
I know. I don't know
Huge.
where she picked that up when she was a kid with me. Because we weren't.
My
very
plan's to
big.
get her on here some night.
Oh,
Talk
that would
to
be
her.
fantastic.
Then maybe you
That would
win.
be great. Oh, but she's been hard working for so many years in the Boston area, and
Now the governor and her are very close.
oh yes,
Right?
yes. I got some yes.
But you see, I look at it as a good thing. You see,
I
because
think-
you can't always surround yourself by people that think like you do.
No,
I
no,
consider
no,
myself
no.
like a moderate. Really, I'm kind of like driven.
Well, I think you have yes.
The job, everything makes you that way. Kind of like, well, I see both sides sometimes. Not to be just like, just go along with the thing. But I think more and more people in the United States are becoming like center line, aren't really right or left, but kind of just moderate, like common sense. Let's look into, there's a problem. Let's
Try to solve it for the benefit of the people in our city. Of course,
nonpartisan politics, you get that because nobody has to declare. Places like Troy, New York, Schenectady, Albany, you run, and you have to declare your party.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You
Okay.
run as a city councilor or mayor, and the mayor of Schenectady would have to run as I'm a Republican or a Democrat.
Wow.
And in Massachusetts, great because you don't have to say anything that you are because you can just do what's best for the city. You're not representing the party.
and that's all I'm here for. It's going to be great just to work with yourself and your team. You've assembled a great team, and with the city council, I think we really can accomplish some great things. I really do.
We've had a really good city council and ask hard questions. It's not slam dunk. It's not rubber stamp. It's
Right.
Hey, I need answers on this. People asking me about it. It's give and take. It's making sure that the councils have to run for office. They got to get things done. Their constituents have got to see they're getting things done.
Sure.
So it's really a team, but there's a process of the team, right? There's an executive branch, but those groups are expected. Like even at the State House and at the Capitol, we expect that every day people are going to get together and work out solutions.
Yes.
Instead, everybody's about their team. Imagine if every day everything was about Fitchburg versus Leominster, about everything. All day long, it's Fitchburg versus Leominster. Oh, no, we can't do that. We can't make Fitchburg look good, or we can't make Leominster look good.
Sure, yes.
And it's so polarized today that,
I think we have.
We don't have that.
No, and I don't think there's a place for. I think as we move forward, especially now with the issues we're facing nowadays, I think we just all have to work together, and I think we're able to do that. And
we deal with front door issues. Somebody opens their door, they go outside, and they look. What are the roads like?
right.
Did my trash get picked up?
Yeah.
Is my neighborhood safe? They couldn't tell you what's going on down in Washington. They couldn't tell you whether they're there today or not, or what they're arguing about, or what the bill is. I don't have time to read an entire bill, which they've put 800 things to add to amendments to it, and that's why it can't pass because there's so many things in there. So here, people are just like the front door issues, right? Open my door, I went down the street, I drove on the street. The streets are bad, it's under construction. we ask for patience all the time, in front of Water Tower Plaza.
Right,
They're
right.
they're doing $10 million worth of work while they're keeping the road open. So
Which isn't easy,
It's
yes,
never
yeah,
easy. And
yeah.
the other option is that we shut half the road down and detour everybody for a year, and nobody wants
Yeah,
to do
nobody
that.
would be happy with
So,
that, sure.
But now that it's mostly done, and people can see it, like, oh man, it's a lot better. I can see where this is going to be. Still got more work to do. 978-534-1626, and Bob Tocci is my guest. Newly elected City Councilor out there in Ward 1, up in North Leominster. So when you go under that bridge and it just opens up, and that whole area for a couple of miles is a huge chunk of the city. And this is your new representative, but also I think everybody that votes for a councilor, whether it's a ward councilor or at large, expects, hey, you're going to make a decision based on all the information and based on what you think is best for the city.
Absolutely.
And not all these other,
No.
forces. And I think that's where we very seldom disagree, but we have a lot of conversation, a lot of fact finding.
Which is great.
And I have spoken to so many cities about it, especially if they've got it's adversity, it's polarized, it's
Sure.
combative almost to the point where people aren't talking to each other. We went through a period of that, and I said you can make government. This is one place, local government, that you can really show the residents of the city and the voters and everybody, businesses and everybody, that government can work.
It can, yes.
And so
Yes.
I'll get calls and it's really bad. People aren't talking to each other. Nothing's getting done. People are just, it's posturing. It's not working. I'm like, believe me, this is, I think, an example that not a rubber stamp. This is the good old boys network. We've got good thinkers, critical thinkers. Everybody weighs in.
Oh, so much,
and
yes.
not everybody agrees that this is the best thing right now, whatever. That's fine. But it can be done in a civil way.
Absolutely.
And this is, I think, a good example that government can work.
Mm-hmm.
And that needs to make its way everywhere, I think.
I agree.
People need to insist, I want my government to work. I know it can. There are plenty of examples of when it could. So, did I forget
Yes.
anything? I know we covered a lot.
No, but it's been, this has been great, and you're very accessible too, which is a great thing. I think, as I observe, as I'm moving into this position, is that you're out there every day. I see you. You're around town, so you can see everything firsthand,
Well,
and that's.
It better be, because that's right. I mean, that's Bob Savatelli said it best. I forget what was going on, and we did something. We worked on a project. It was really good. We were so proud of it. And Bob,
Oh,
right?
I know Bob. Yes.
He says,
yes.
well, what do you think this project was? I said, slam dunk. It's an A. Well, you know what? I told everybody in my school, Johnny Appleseed, I give you a B plus because you can always do better.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Well, I'll take a B plus.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
So I'm
right.
so somebody says, well, how do you think you're doing? I said, B plus. And they're like, well, I don't know. I mean, you don't think it was better than that? I go, no, because you can always do better.
You always do better.
See,
yes.
so I never forgot that, and I use that every day. Like, okay, maybe it was good, but you can always do better. So you want to strive for continuous self-improvement, right? Or team improvement.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And
Well,
we have
thanks
some
for
great
coming
people.
on. It was wonderful. And if your dad's watching, good afternoon.
Oh, I don't know what camera.
If your
Yes.
sister's watching, then
that'd
come
be
on.
great.
I'll have to get her on. Yeah, she's like a powerhouse in the.
Oh, so smart. I'm so lucky. I have a great family.
But she's like an operative. Like, she knows.
She's very.
Does she live and breathe this
grassroots.
stuff?
She does. She does. She loves politics. She's always loved politics. She's good at it, and she does a lot of the behind the scenes type
Where
stuff.
did she go to high school? Did she go to St. Bernard's or something?
She went to Leominster High School. Yes, she
And
went to
she's just
Leominster.
a product of
and-
somebody that just loved this stuff.
and she's always been my mother always used to call her the smartest one in the family. So,
Yeah.
but we try to measure up, I guess.
She's an interesting lady. That's what I said. I'd love to get her in here someday and chat with her. All right, we're going to take a short break, and we're coming right back here at Inside Leominster. We'll update you on everything that's happening. We'll do the, what are we going to do? What's popping? Tell
What's
us
poppin'?
what's Generation Z is all about today, and whether I'm in sync with them or not. I got 50-50,
I know I'm not,
right?
but-
I got a B? No, C plus maybe.
B plus.
Because you can always do better. taking a short break. Be right back.
Kelly to Caldwell right there. Caldwell looking for the step back here, and that's a cash out.
A lot of movement.
Just barely slips out of the hands right there.
Couldn't find Boulay. Gibbons up for two.
Taking it all the way right there.
It's back. Gibbons.
Gibbons to Gibbons.
This is Mary Gibbons. Drives for two. Up and good. No call on that. Wachusett fast break. Gibbons up and good.
That's a 6-0 run right now. Misjudged it right there by Gibbons.
In and out. Keenan there for the rebound.
Taken out.
Caldwell for three.
Caldwell again, splash. Take some time off the clock.
30 and change to go in the first half here. Up for two. That's good.
Great little floater right there from Wachusett. I think that's 1,000 for her.
That is Mary Gibbons. Hits the milestone. That is a great moment. Quick timeout from Wachusett as well.
That will be game, folks.
That will be it for this one. Wachusett Mountaineers 57-34 win over the Blue Devils varsity girls basketball.
That's all right. We're going to get to one of those Leominster girls basketball games. I think they sent me the schedule, and I'm going to do my best to get there. 978, if you have any questions at all, just want to say hello. New Year's resolutions. I don't really hear too many people talking about New Year's resolutions. I guess we all want to lose weight, get healthier, and I think a big one is just slowing down. Everything just moves so fast. In fact, tomorrow, I had something scheduled for tomorrow. It's just because I organized this thing in the middle of everything chaos, everything's busy, it's a little bit of conflict with the time. So we're going to straighten that out. But I'm just saying, everything is just fast, like a blender. And you just crank it up another notch, and it goes a little faster. And you're not quick enough, we get it higher. So if you have anything you want to talk about, closing out the year, anything good that happened, any way that we can improve the services that we deliver in the city, let us know. Anything you'd like, you can even message me privately or whatever, that's fine. You can text me, that's good. You could call, leave a message right here, and they'll just translate to me, and if you don't want to come on the air. But yeah, because we always want to know, like, are we doing the right things? And we think we are, and we get good positive feedback. But you always want to know, like, not everybody agrees we should buy land in the city. You know, we bought another 50 acres. Not everybody agrees on it. Like, well, how come we have to have so much land? And so we have a little conversation about it, and that's okay. I don't expect everybody that calls in or calls my office or emails me or texts me or messages me is going to agree. In fact, I encourage disagreement, not conflict, but I encourage if somebody disagrees, let's have a conversation about it. I'm not too busy to have a conversation about something. It might not be like immediately like right now, or could be today, but it might be tomorrow, or we schedule a time to sit down and we could do that. All right, hey, I don't know if you've seen these bins out there, but we got these recycling clothing bins out there, and they're blue, and we have one at the Justice DeSantis baseball field on Bernice Ave up in North Leominster. We have one at the Senior Center on Pond Street, Fournier Park, and one at Doyle Field. And you can leave clothing and shoes, can be dropped off. And also, household items along with clothing and shoes can be scheduled for curbside pickup. We'll actually come and pick them up. And we have a phone number at 508-466-4590. Look for the baby blue colored bins. I know at this time of year, in fact, I'm making a commitment, and we're going to sit down, and we're going to go through clothes and just stuff that you gather through the year that you kind of come in and just kind of put somewhere. It's like, I don't even know what's in there anymore. And we're going to start, you know, right? You start painting a room, and you go through it. So we've gone from decorations to bins. Now everybody's buying storage bins to put stuff away. So I'm going to go through everything. I'm either going to consign it, give it to somebody to sell at their store, or if it doesn't meet that criteria, then off to the recycling bin. So now, some of these things are recycled, that they sell the clothing. Some of it is used for rags and stuff later on. This stuff is used again somewhere along the line. 978-534-1626. Very quiet out there today. People still shopping. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Because we're running out of time. So let's do what's popping.
This is a year review.
Year review and what's popping. What's popping, kids? What's popping?
You got your remote.
Here we go. January. Is this last January, right?
Yes.
Taylor Swift, Ticketmaster, outrage, charged fans over $3,000 for a ticket. I remember that.
Yeah.
People were mad. They were like, are you serious? I'm trying to take my kid to a concert and you want to charge him $3,000 for a ticket? Yikes. Imagine what people like Frank Sinatra would have been thinking. You know, people that were out there doing shows for like $50, $25. Just think, huh? In February, Rihanna performed at the Super Bowl. And as I remember, a young lady with the last name Maldonado from Leominster danced. But overall, it didn't. Did it get good reviews? I don't think it did. I think it did. I thought people didn't think it was great.
It was the most viewed.
Really?
Halftime show since Prince.
For some reason, I thought that it didn't get good reviews. Everything Elsewhere at once won nearly every major category at the Oscars. So everything everywhere.
All at once.
All at Once was a big movie. I haven't seen it yet. And I tried to watch that Candy Cane Lane again. I just couldn't do it. The scenery is excellent. Santa at the end is really good. But I don't know, costumes were good. I just didn't get the whole 5 rings, the 5 bells a ring. I don't know. 5 golden rings. Well, I just didn't get it. And then in April, Millie Bobby Brown got engaged at the age of 19. And that's Brown's daughter, right?
No. She is 11 on Stranger Things.
Oh, all right. I don't know her. She's on Stranger Things. That's a TV show.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I can't get to everything. You know what I'm saying? Okay. 2023, Writers Guild of America started the strike in May. It really went back that far, but they've settled it since, right? The Screen Actors Guild, they signed it. Everybody's settled, I think. The Roman Empire trend took over TikTok globally.
Do you know that?
Yeah. And I remember the Screen Actors Guild, they were worried about AI, artificial intelligence, and everybody's worried about what's going to happen to their job. And then, what is it? I can't read the top one. Barbenheimer took over theaters across the nation.
That's where people did a double screening of Barbie and Barbenheimer.
And it's where people went in, and I knew some people went in with their kids in like Barbie and said, I'll be at the theater next door.
Yep.
And then in August, Lionel Messi gained 494 million followers on Instagram. It's insane, some of these people, what they're doing, these influencers. I wanted to be an influencer. Once I saw there's some lady selling her house for like $6 million. She's an influencer. Yikes. September, several celebrities' relationships ended, including Sophie, Vergara? Sophie Vergara and Joseph,
Joe Manganiello.
Manganiello, Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas, and Ariana Grande and Dalton were all people that ended their relationships. So September wasn't. I thought September and June were the months for weddings. Apparently, they were turned into months for you get married in June, break up in September. Killers of the Flower Moon debuted in theaters. I can read that. November 2023, Writers Guild of America strike ended. And then The Color Purple had the largest Christmas Day opening for a film since '09 with 18 million. Wow.
That was the musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Here's the highest grossing films in 2023. Barbie was #1. The Super Mario Brothers, #2. Yeah, that did well, huh? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, 3. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3. Oppenheimer is #6. #5. Little Mermaid at 6. Ant-Man and the Wasp, you got to be kidding me, at 7. Johnny Wick, Chapter 4 at 8. Sound of Freedom at 9. Sound of Freedom should have been higher than the other ones. Should have been higher than the ant one.
They had a lower.
Yeah, I don't understand. That's all right. And Taylor Swift, Eras Tour at 178 million. That was number 10. So there you go. That's where all the cash is going. Billboards. I can't see. Billboards top 100 of 2023. Number 1, Late Night, Flowers by Miley Cyrus, Kill Bill, Anti-Hero, Creepin', Calm Down, Die For You, Faster Car, Snooze, and I'm Good Blue. Those are number 10. Did you know that around 37 million users were born between 1997 and 2012, TikTok? So Generation X, people born but that's people born from 65 to 80.
Yep.
So they're now saying that 37 million users that use TikTok were born between 97 and 2012. That's amazing. That is an amazing. Now, TikTok, other than it has some negative things, the concept started off fine.
Yeah.
But like everything else, it takes its twists and turns. For Generation Z, TikTok enhances socializing by creating opportunities for groups, activities like dance, challenges, and trends. But don't you think people are doing crazy things so that they could be filmed on? Like I saw a guy go off like a mountain yesterday, and on a bike. And he went down like 30 stories and landed on a path this big. If he didn't land on that exact spot, guess where he was going? He's going to die. So do you think it's encouraging people to do crazy, stupid things? Do we know how many people have died from doing crazy, stupid things? No, they don't tell you that. They're just telling you that it's created opportunities. Yeah, it's also created opportunities for people to do dumb things, right? But yes, it has served as a tool and provided opportunities. Generation Z woman, the driving force, really, of TikTok trends, as 75% of its users are Generation Z woman. So clothing, hairstyle, some friends on the TikTok of 2023. Name a woman challenge. What is trending, inspired from Billy, I think I've seen this lady. Eckner's show, is it Eckner's show? Billy on the Street, women are putting their partners to the test with these new challenges, as many believe it can reveal who is at forefront of their boyfriend's mind.
A female's name. The first female name that comes to mind.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Sorry?
Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay, you didn't pass the test.
Oh.
You're supposed to say my name, and you said one from Shrek, and then you said Caitlyn Jenner. You couldn't have said Caitlyn Olisinski? Okay, name a
You're in
woman's
trouble.
name.
Billy Dude, you're in trouble. What's trending? People are romanticizing their ordinary activities by recording and editing them into videos and try to imitate the comedic style of Wes Anderson, an American filmmaker known for his eclectic style characterized by symmetry, distinctive color palettes, and a bit of quirkiness. So let's see what that looks like.
That's it.
That's it. Oxford English Dictionary's 2023 word of the year is Riz. Let's see what it means. It's got to be cool.
You've done this one.
Yeah, I did. Does it mean to be cool?
Charisma.
Charisma, okay. That to me is cool. Are you more hip than a teenager? The word of the day, no, what does it stand for? I don't want to swear.
I-K-Y-K.
It means
If you know, you know.
I finally, so if you know, you know. Okay, that's not bad. But it's hard to say the word.
You're not supposed to say the word. It's just for texting.
So texting, if you know the word, if you know, you know, most often used to indicate something as an inside joke. Okay, if you know, you know. If you don't, then you didn't get it, right? Okay. But this TikTok, so what I found is, because I do these Facebook Live things, what I found is you can find a spot on Facebook, go to live, and when you hit live, there's all this stuff that's on there. And there's people selling things. There's people just sitting there talking. There are people, religious things. There's so much on there. So at night, if I can't sleep, I just click on this and start watching other people's live, like I do this. But it's all kinds of stuff that people are doing. Everybody's got a phone. And if you're on Facebook or social media or TikTok, everybody can be a star, right? Everybody can be a TikTok star. Easy. All right. I guess I get 50%. I don't know. I knew a lot of that stuff, not all of it. But I'm also not Generation Z. How'd Jane do with that stuff? You hip on this stuff?
I have no clue.
Well, we'll have to, maybe we'll do courses. All right, let's finish up the segment here. We've got some pictures here. We got pictures of the week?
Yep.
All right, let's do pictures of, or slides of the week. We only got a couple minutes left. 2 minutes, 54 seconds. New paramedic program up and running. This has been one of the best things that we've ever done is hire paramedics. It enhances our ability to service those in need. Every firefighter is an EMT, but not every firefighter is a paramedic. Put the two together, and it really does set up for some real, it saves lives. ARPA money funds and grants. Buy new, we bought some new equipment. You see right here, a huge fire truck that we use for forest fires and pumping, and also some new plows for the DPW. So we've spent our money well. Moose Brook funds are on the way, and we're hoping we get these grants because it's going to change that whole look at that Moose Brook. Route 13 improvements are complete. I think overall, you can't make it 100%, but we have certainly fixed what we could. We've done the best we can with what's out there. And plenty of business openings this past year. I don't know how many we did. I guess we'll have to add them up and talk about it at the at the inauguration. But there we are at Rollstone Bank that opened their mortgage center. Our downtown business group is thriving. We meet once a month, talk about what's happening in the downtown. In 2023, we paved 7.7 miles of roadway in the city, in every part of the city. We planted our 3,200th tree in Leominster. We did it right in front of the May A. Gallagher building, which is now not a school, but school departments in there and in different offices and businesses. We completed 1.1 mile of sidewalk in 2023. Dispatch Center opened in our new fire headquarters this year. Safe Routes to School, $3 million project on Viscaloid Ave, and we'll be putting it for others. Our Barrett Park upgrades are completed, and it's like a whole new park there, and improvements, handicap accessibility. Washington Square, North Main Street improvements continue in front of Water Tower Plaza, taking care of a lot of the drainage problems we had up by the synagogue, Washington Street, Grove Ave. And then we opened, Jimmy Lanciani, I believe, is going to be 93 years old this week, I think. And so we opened a new police station and dedicated the big conference center that we have there. It's now called the James J. Lanciani Jr. Hall. North Nashua repairs. Thank God we did that before the flood, because that's really what held up the Nashua. And our outdoor events continue to thrive. And everywhere I went in the last couple months, everyone commented on our activities, about the holiday decorations. You can expect more. Very dry, no pun intended, but a new $2 million gallon water tank on West Street is complete. And that was a huge project and increases the quality of the water. It's just one of those things that isn't very glamorous, but this was an amazing project up there. And teamwork on 9/11. When we had 9/11, none of us expected it. Weather didn't expect it. We'll talk more about it at the inauguration, but teamwork really was the thing that got it done. And Leominster survives the storm and engages and emerges even stronger. And that's going to be the topic of our comments during our inauguration. We're out of time here at Inside Leominster. Thank you for watching. And don't forget, January 2nd, 6 o'clock, inauguration. Please come. And thank you. It's been a busy 2023, and we'll close out 2023 busy, and we'll come back, and we're doing a plan. January, February for us is a lot of planning. It's planning time because we got to hit the road and a lot going on. And if you don't plan, it gets murky. So thank you to the whole crew here. We've had some changes here as well at Inside Leominster and LTV. So thank you all for popping in. Thank you to everybody that watches this. Thank you to our sponsors. Good night. God bless you. Remember, the world is run by those who show up. You got to show up. Happy New Year.
Inside Leominster is brought to you in part through the generous support of N.P. Crowley Company Incorporated and by DeCarolis Insurance Agency Incorporated, DeCarolisinsuranceagency.com, and by Enterprise Bank. Enterprise Bank, create success, enterprisebanking.com.
This is LTV.